Ladies are up and ready. And they are off on the women's 10K Open Water National Championship race at third place.
And they are off.
You want to take the back of me first?
Sam, as we often know.
Try that, you could.
Okay, I'm trying it on the Ticket Live audio here. In addition to ours, Sam, I'm trying this on both feeds here. Just like in the men's race, it's easy to kind of watch this and think, hey, how are they going to hold this pace for the whole way? But this is everybody just sort of settling in their position. Isabella Rongioni of Italy out first. She's really taking a strong lead initially. Oh, excuse me, that's Nation's Capital Swim Club. Eva Fabian in the second position. Note coming out and going strong early and throughout the race. Ashley Twitchell behind her. Early in, we got Gabe Campbell, Suzanne Monson looking strong. Remember, both Jordan Hawkins and Brent Casey, they came out of that Suzanne Monson program, so let's keep an eye on her throughout this race.
Whoa! Turning gauge number 2. Back up just a little. The swimmers are coming out. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, not close. Swap this out.
Okay, Sam, we're back up with the new radio out here, and Ashley Twitchell now, next to Eva Fabian. Isabel Rincon. Katie Campbell. And Joy Field. So we've got women 5 across here coming around this first buoy. Ashley Twitchell will have the turn advantage. Ashley and Eva Fabian on the inside here. Closest to the buoy, they will have a turn advantage. They're likely to come out in a really nice position as we head down the backstretch. Remember, we're so early in the race. This crowd or this field is really bunched up. There's some incidental contact. I don't see anything really anybody's trying to do consciously out there just because it's so tightly bound. Just as we said, Twitchell comes out that with the turn advantage. She's in the first position. Fabian slides into her inside. Just nice and tight right there on her feet. Getting a nice draft. Twitchell with some clean water in the lead. Going down the backstretch. Each backstretch about 650 meters. In here too is Taylor Pike, next to Eva Fabian. Two sisters out there, Taylor and Haley in the field. Taylor now up in the third position. It's not the only sister combination we'll see this weekend. We're going to see the Anderson sisters, Haley Anderson, silver medalist at the London Olympics in the 10K. Her sister will be with her on Sunday in the 5K. But right now in the lead, it's Ashley Twitchell. Nice and smooth as we'd expect. Ashley with a nice, long, easy stroke. Barely invoking any kick. 6 laps here. You know, one of the things I noted when we came in between races, a lot of the men really cold after 10 kilometers of swimming in this water. Women will undoubtedly also feel that, but it's going to be warmer out here. Water temperature up about 1 degree was a reading we got later in the men's race, up to 70 degrees. If there's any advantage that the women will have, it will be that the ambient air definitely is getting warmer out here. So they'll feel that on their, hopefully on their arms and shoulders and keep them going throughout this. Erica Sullivan from Sandpiper in Nevada, she's moved up into the, what I call the third tier. That's 2 back, 4 across. Twitchell in the lead. In that second position is Pike. No, who's up? 18 up there. Ashley, Taylor Pike, Joy Field in the 1, 2, 3 position. Eva Fabian, Erica Sullivan, and Katie Campbell. That round out the top 6. It's a little bunched out past that. But there's a lot of experience out there, just like in the men's race. So very early now. Stephanie Horner from Canada is about in the 8th position. She was 23rd in the Rio Olympics in this event. So if you're watching on the live broadcast, or perhaps you noticed when we were on the beach, you may have seen some of the women with tape on their caps, above their foreheads, around their ears. That's to keep the hats, caps, helmets, keep in place as they're out there swimming throughout the race. We did notice in the men's race, a few of the guys did lose their swim caps as the race went on. But that tape will keep the goggles and keep the caps in place. So unlike the men's race, we've got little sort of opposite conditions here. We get a headwind now as we move down this side of the course as temperatures change and the winds pick up from different directions. Very typical Southern California wind patterns. This being what's called an onshore wind. So they'll be pushing against this, at least on this lap. And then have perhaps pick up a little bit of a tailwind coming down on the front stretch. But going to come around this far buoy, it's going to be Ashley Twitchell in the lead position. She's got clean, and she'll have a clean line, which will help her through. Twitchell looking really comfortable up front. Again, lots of conservation in her legs. athletes really trying to look for those markers. A lot of times what the more experienced swimmers will do is come on out early, try to find markers out on the horizon to try to help guide them. Even though these tetrahedral buoys are big and bright, they're still difficult to see at that surface. So sometimes looking at things like power poles and marks on the dam up ahead will help out. But right now it's Ashley Twitchell making a nice clean line into the feeding station. That's going to be to her advantage. So in that 2 position, Taylor Pike, Joy Field in the 3rd position. It's once we get back right now on this first lap, past those first 3 swimmers, where feeding is going to be challenging. So, of course, they're looking for the distinctive markers that their coaches have put on the feeding stick to help identify which one is theirs. So also in this field is Rachel Bruni from Italy. She's a silver medalist from Rio. Right now she's just relaxed and about in the 10th position. Sort of setting herself up nicely. It looks like just the way this is spreading out could be setting up nicely for the feed station. So they're about 10 meters off the feed station. Everybody's making a move. Twitchell experienced, looking calm, looking relaxed. Team Santa Monica with a really nice feed position there on the dock. Country flags. Twitchell passes through. Looks like Ashley had hoped to get her feed and then just missed the mark a little bit. Very difficult for the swimmers to see as they go through. So Joy Field takes over the lead from Ashley Twitchell. Actually, the last breakaway win that I can remember prior to Jordan's big win today, usually these are a lot tighter. That was in Fort Myers. Back in, I believe it was 2013. But Joy Field in the red, white, and blue cap with the lead. Taylor Pike closest to the boat in the 3rd position, just ahead of her ever so slightly. Ashley Twitchell in that 3rd or 2nd position. So we just got to call lap 1 through in 2030. Each one of these laps about 1,633 meters. swimmers out there, think about a workout where you were told to go 6 1500s and then close it out with a strong 1000. That gives you a point of reference for what these 10K swimmers are doing right now. Joy Field is very strong in the competition right now. Ashley Twitchell in that second position. Relaxed, kind of up in the rate a little bit. It looked like the back of the back is pushing just a little tighter. Remember we talked about that when you feel the push, what's happening is the rate up front is a little bit slower than the rest of the pack. It starts to get a little tighter, makes negotiating the turns a little bit more interesting. Looks like we're getting a little bounce of that wind on this side, sort of whips around, that offshore wind whips around, comes off the dam, and so we're getting a little bit of a double headwind on this course right now. So one of the things that you have to that we're keeping an eye on right now, you got to hear a little bit of a like, whoa, whoa, hey, out there from some of the swimmers, and a lot of that is some of the incidental contact that's coming from where they're at right now. A little bit of early race positioning. Now you don't want somebody just have to keep touching the feet, get a little bit annoying, but it's keeping composed throughout the race. You want to conserve that energy. You don't want to let your emotions get the best of you. Yeah, if you're watching on the live broadcast, you see exactly what's happening. Look, we got 5 across in the lead. Joy Field with a very slight lead over the rest of the field, but basically 5 across. And it's going to be interesting if we come around this buoy, because remember, the inside person often has a strong mark. Shinoe Devine from Davis Aquatics. She's got a nice inside, but she might be too far inside, because the danger of being too far inside, you're going to get put or pinched going around, and certainly you don't want to get pinched on the inside, otherwise you have to go back and remake the turn. But we'll see how she comes out. She could actually have a really nice line here that's going to take her through, and it looks exactly like that's what's going to case. She'll push the rest of the swimmers outside of her just by virtue of position, come in, and there she is. She does have the lead now. So that's the turn effect of having a really nice position coming around those turns. Now moving into the 4th position, 2nd position, somewhere in there. She's kind of gaining that nice turn position as we head down this 150-meter short end of the course. But the tempo is slowing down. Everybody's just sort of easing into a nice relaxed pace, front to back. Let's say maybe we're at 20, 25 meters. So still lots of, pretty much everybody on the race. Stephanie Horner, a notable distance swimmer from Canada, has picked up the open water the last 2.5 years. Yeah, so again, if you're watching on the live feed, you can see now that, geez, I don't know where to call this, but maybe we're about 8 to 10 across. So this front pack is just easy, letting everybody go. It'll be interesting coming around. Remember, those on the inside have the geometric advantage. Going to come around a little tighter. Yeah, so this pack is now as wide as it is long. So it's very, very bunched up. Haley Anderson now coming up. Haley with a really nice position. Haley, the veteran, the silver medalist from the London Olympics in the 10K. Phenomenal career at USC. Has been doing amazing things in open water in her pro career following her graduation. Haley, who will likely have the best position as we come into this turn with this pack that is as wide as it is long right now. So this is the mark of a veteran right here. Just to sort of play this, you know, conserve your energy, have turn advantage, and then we'll see what Haley potentially decides to do going around this. Isabella Ronioni from Nation's Capital also in a very nice position here. So Becca Mann right behind her. Little bit of contact out there. Yeah, when we get a pack that's this wide and this condensed, there's inevitably going to be some contact. And out of that, it's Joy Field back in that first position. Haley Anderson has found herself a really nice spot next to Ashley Twitchell.
Can you repeat that last transmission?
John, if you could check if Catherine Hoyt is on the feeding platform for me.
She is not on the feeding platform. She's wearing a pink vest. I've been told that she is nowhere in sight.
Alright, thank you.
So Ashley Twitchell is sort of regaining a very slight lead at this point. It's not quite as wide, but we're still about 4 or 5 across. Remember, one of the big challenges when you're in a field like this is just keeping the composure. You want to become unhinged and pull somebody or get involved in some technical interaction, and certainly you don't want to waste your energy letting your emotions get the best of you. But right now, it's Haley Anderson who's pulled up on the inside with a very slight lead next to Ashley Twitchell and Joy Field. The women all controlled, even though time behind, controlled, measured, smooth. See most of the veterans really just barely engaging, if at all, their kicks. Danielle Hutchinson from Great Britain in the 4th position, right behind Haley Anderson. Watching closely. It's really close to her feet. You see it? Haley turn around a couple of times. Everybody swimming at swim practice had somebody on their feet, knows how frustrating that can feel and be. But Haley's dealing with it, staying measured, actually trying to up the pace a little bit, get out there on her own. She now has a probably one of the most commanding leads we've seen so far in this early race. So as we head down this second lap on the short side, short length of this turn, it's Haley Anderson out in front, smooth. Behind her is Joy Field, Ashley Twitchell, and Danielle Hutchinson. Those are your top 4 right now.
asked by some of the coaches on the feed march to see if one of the lifeguards after these guys pass the feed march will bring it up.
On the wall.
This is left 2, we count 43 swimmers on the water.
Okay, we are about 200 meters off the feed bar, coming toward them now. And once again, just like we saw in the first lap around, women jockeying for position. Haley Anderson, very nice position for her right there. She'll be able to slide in. Haley looking almost like she's just doing some high elbow finger drag drill. Stroke looking really nice. Catherine Sonai from Bass, Fulton Area Swim Team, making a move up on the outside, closest to the boat, outside of Haley Anderson. Yeah, Anderson just stretching it out, to stretch her shoulders out every once in a while. You can see she's just trying to, realizing that there's a lot of racing left to go. We're not even a third of the way through this race yet. We will be after this lap. Okay, so let's watch what happens as we go through technically here through this feed station. Women punching up. This will be interesting. So Haley fell back in that feed. Not anything that she can't get right back on.
Get one too.
So it looks like Haley just turned yellow through that feed station.
yellow flag. Swimmers number 2 and 49 on interference. Please try.
So the ladies and gentlemen, on the ticket number 2 of 6 in the women's 10K open water national championship. We've got half out there, but not really. Sometimes it's going back on the 14 boat. Going through round 2 line out, second boat.
Tight lead is Martina Caneme, who ended up taking the leader. Tight teammate Ariana Reedy. So now the Italians came out the end lead in the 1-2 position. They're setting new pace. Break a little bit here with the rest of the pack. And again, you can see that in how the pack now becomes sort of long and stretched out instead of short and wide. Haley Anderson and Joy Field in a pack closer to the boat on the inside. That could potentially help them. It looks like they've got a pretty nice line, a little better line than the outside. Martina Domini maintains the lead now out in front. Has kind of upped the stroke rate a bit, has about a body length lead over her teammate Martina. But we'll see how this pans out. Clearly, it's very early in the race, and undoubtedly they are not going to be making a big break at this point. But it's tempo changes like this throughout the race that are really harbingers for the athletes who are the most conditioned and really ready to be there and attack at the end of the race. So moves like this could take their toll later on for some of the athletes in this pack. into the second position. She's the only American in the top 5. We've got the 3 Italians and Canadian Stephanie Horner. Horner in the 4th position. Martina Dememe is still in that lead position. And yeah, we definitely get that bounce, the wind bouncing off the dam and off the mountains out here at this part of the course. So there's definitely some interesting wind and wind swell effects that the women have to contend with at this point. Dememe first around, Twitchell second. O'Brady in the 4th position, or 3rd position. Horner next. Bruni, the silver medalist from Rio, in the 5th position. And then Katie Campbell from Team Santa Monica. Those 5 women have kind of started to separate themselves at this stage. And are all single file, hand to toe, all the way through. We'll see if this turns into a development in the race that separates these 5. That's not uncommon to see smaller groups move away, and that kind of dictates the remainder. So, interesting development taking place right now. Dememe and Twitchell have broken away with about a 4 body length lead over the rest of the pack. Seeing a lot more spread from front to back at this point than we saw in the men's race. But right now we have this pack of 2, Dememe and Twitchell in front. Leading the pack behind them is Horner, Bruni, Brady, Campbell, Fabian, and Huskis. lead. Mimi right behind her. Those two remain their 2-leader breakaway position. Stephanie Horner for Canada in that 3rd position, about 15 meters off the back though of this leading pack of 2. Still very, very early. Watching carefully some of the veterans like Haley Anderson, who's currently in the 6th position, about 30 meters off the front. Becca Mann in the 8th position right now, right behind Anderson. So we're closing out on the 3rd lap right now, and we're seeing a pretty strong breakaway. Under most conditions, I'd say I wouldn't put a lot of stock in it. I think that they might get kind of pulled back in, but it's looking very much like these two could be setting out a race for themselves. Twitchell and Demiri of Italy, meaning that the big race, just like for the men, will be for that 2nd position for the American World Team. One of the reasons I've got a bit of confidence right now in saying that is Ashley Twitchell has been really tearing it up in both the pool and her open water swim. Now, she's sort of just letting it off. She doesn't want to take the lead. She realizes now they're in a 1-2 position. But she kind of wants to maybe let Demiri either get over, or maybe she wants to separate and force her to swim her own race, which is what it looks like right now. She's actually kind of saying, hey, you swim over there, I'm going to swim on my side. But here comes Demiri. She's going to try to slide in, wants to be right there, and let Twitchell help pull her along. We're about 70 meters off the feed dock on the 3rd lap, and Twitchell and Demiri have opened up about a 40 to 50 meter lead over the rest of the field. Twitchell trying to really kind of swim over and do her own thing, kind of break away and not have to pull Demiri through this, but inevitably they're going to be right close to one another as they come in for this feed. Both of them are going to be in a very advantageous position to take this feed with just the 2 of them vying for the feed sticks. So coming up on the feed station right now, Twitchell in close. It looks like Damini may, I'm not sure right now if she's going to blow right through this. It looks like she's taking the outside. Not Damini. She's sort of talking to her coach and just having a few words. Basically, she said, I don't want anything right now. I'm good. Twitchell takes her feed. Twitchell back in the lead, breaks away. The rest of the field right here taking their feeds. Let's see what happens. This is where last time we had a couple of yellow cards go out. Yeah, that was a tough feed for Haley Anderson again. She, unfortunately, was just in a tough position and had a little bit of a run over, but she's still looking strong. So it looks like Damini is actually dropping the race at this stage. She's coming off the course. She looks fine, doesn't look like she's under any distress. She's swimming fine, lifeguards are coming over to her. But yeah, she's gonna drop again, not under distress. She'll make it into the beach. Okay, she's communicating with the lifeguard. That leaves Anderson all alone out in front. At the halfway, oh, excuse me, not Anderson, that's Twitchell. Twitchell out in front at the halfway point with about a 60 to 70 meter lead. Yeah, without a doubt, Ashley is probably asking herself what just happened there. And Ashley, a strong and determined competitor, I'm sure has resumed and gotten back into her own race and continues to persevere on. So at the halfway point, our reading was we were through in 1 hour and 3 minutes. So we're halfway through this race. Ashley Twitchell has opened up a commanding lead of 80 meters over the rest of the field. I can even next So at this stage, the next closest American, and actually is now moving into the second position, is Haley Anderson. So Haley's gonna roll into the second position, has what appears to be a nice clean line going into this turn lane up ahead. So that should hold her in a good place as she comes through. But once again, Ashley Twitchell, well out in front, swimming smooth and strong, and like we said, go after 12. So without a doubt, a really tough position you might find yourself. You may think it's an advantageous position, but you got to ask yourself, hey, do I hold this, or do I just sort of get back with the pack? You know, there's 5 kilometers left to go, or just under 5 kilometers, and but Ashley looked comfortable and confident. Stroke looking really good, and again, hasn't invoked much of a kick, and has just decided from this point that she's just going to go for it and continues to open up a bigger lead. Haley Anderson in that second position. So now we have our top 2 Americans being Ashley Twitchell and Haley Anderson. In the third position is Karina Lee of Australia. So one of the advantages that So the advantage that the chase pack does have is they have the momentum and the energy that they can work with each other and try to close this gap on Ashley, which they have not been able to do thus far. But remember, there's still plenty of racing, and that may be something that pans out as we get into the later stages in this race. Right now, Ashley Twitchell very strong, well out in front of the pack, in front of our lead boat, as she heads down this 150-meter short leg of this 6-leg course. Yeah, right at this point, it looks like Ashley may be a little bit off course. It's kind of hard to tell from our perspective. now Ashley has to feel a lot of confidence now with this lead, but one of the challenges she's facing is she is really veering off course, and she's going very wide. Now, she has such a lead right now that she can afford to make that mistake to an extent, but she's really going off course right now. We're going to probably see her start to correct. She'll give up a little bit of her lead, but certainly not enough to influence the race. It looks like she's trying to correct a bit. But that's one of the challenges when you're out there by yourself, alone. You kind of don't have that multiple people sighting and moving in the most direct line often. watch on the lead here, we're doing an update on the differential that Twitchell has right now over the rest of the field. In the second position right now is Haley Anderson. Twitchell has rounded that outside buoy. So it's 41-second lead that Aston Twitchell has. 41 seconds, and we've got about 2 1/3 laps left to go in this race. It's 41-second lead, so Twitchell remains strong and comfortably out in front. So Ashley well in advance, opening up this lead. More and more she'll go through the feed station. Not only by herself, but without any incident. She'll be able to take whatever she needs and get out of there, no problem. But as we get back here with the chase pack, it's Haley Anderson Rudy, Brianna, and Becca Mann. So that's kind of where the race is right now. And as far as World Championship implications are concerned, it's going to be the top American out of this second pack, barring anything unusual. Ashley stays on this pace. She's going to move through quite easily. Takes her feet. Ashley just took her feet easy, and if you're on the short, you're going to see her coming around right now. She's well ahead of everybody else. The rest of this group, this second pack, not moving even close to the feed station. They're going to stay well away. They're going to skip it and go through. Likely to just move through the rest of the race without any more feeds. 2 more laps to go coming up as we hit this green blue. Encouragement coming from the coaches, from the feed station, as the athletes pass. Rooney up at the tempo just a little bit now. Maybe trying to see if he can take over from Anderson. Anderson looking smooth, relaxed, kick barely engaged.
First 7 deep, take a look at that down. Holy Twitchell at the front of the pack here. Two spots up the grab on the World Championship team. And we're inside of 2 laps to go here.
And we were roughly at 123 at the halfway mark for Ashley.
Here's the official results from the men's 10K open water event. In 10th place is Tony Robinson, Buck Brown, 159.2. Dale Hughes is 158 minutes, 158.69. Kurt Burton in Canada was 8th at 158.58. Richard Randall is 7th at 158.56. Hastings 6th, Simon Lamar is 13th. 158.44 will be our 1890 national champion. Fifth, Chip Peterson, 158.41 from North Carolina. Fourth, Eagle Jr., Mason Crawford, 158.38. Third, Thomas Trump of Australia, 158.38.74. Fourth, Virginia, 158.38.72. Virginia, 158.38.74. 32nd, Kentucky, 158.47.48. And Jordan Williamson, Houston, Monica Williams, and 157.45. We'll have our award ceremony coming up after the completion of the women's 10K event. This result will be posted over on the admin referee table, and the money will be there now. We're heading that way, the rest of the day, but the next 10K is set down to a quick cover there for the admin referee. Thanks to Mike Lewis, on the big team group, leading the charge. Just like Cody, of course, and there you look at that. That's the football.
So now the silver medalist from Rio, that's Rachel Rudy in the second position. Right behind her is Haley Anderson. Haley looking like she's just sliding right in there, getting a good draft, staying nice and relaxed. But again, still lots of racing left to go with just under 2 laps. Ashley just well off in the distance, getting ready to make her turn at the far end. But as we've talked about now for a while, it is going to be, the race is going to come out of this last pack. That's where we're going to see most of the excitement that's left to come in this race. fact, just like we saw some strong performances at Team Santa Monica, right now, Trojan Swim Club, Becca Mann is still right here in the hunt along with Haley, so you see some strong club rivalry and strength amongst these swimmers that can help propel them through and maybe even on to the World Championship team. Bit of interesting information. If we look back to Rio for Bruni here, who's now in the second position, you know, she knows that it means to race till the very, very end. It was the fact that Muller from Germany actually came over with disqualified in the end, which propelled Bruni into that silver medal position in Rio. So through her experience, she knows that there's no giving up and keep going all the way. Same old's true for all of these women. They've got plenty of race experience behind them, and they know that there's a lot of race left to go out here today. The only thing that's really going to be hard if at this stage, without something very, very significant happening, it looks like Twitchell is just going to continue to swim away with this more and more. She's well over 100 meters ahead of the rest of the pack and swimming all alone as she heads towards that far buoy along the shore. But Bruni sure is putting up a fight right now. She's really upped her stroke rate, and she's trying to close in on something, whether it's pulling away from the pack, but she's upped the rate. Anderson, however, has slid in right behind her, still relatively relaxed, very little engagement with her legs. So we'll see how this pans out. With about, let's call it a lap and 2/3 left to go. Out here had Ashley Twitchell 1 minute 9 seconds ahead of the next closest swimmer, which is Rachel Bruni of Italy. So that gives you an indication of truly how far out she is. Another interesting advantage that Twitchell has, all she has to do is look back and see where the boat is, and she can get a good idea of where her lead is, which is both calming and inspiring, I imagine, for her. Well over a minute and 9-second lead. In the seventh position is Breakaway. The third position is Haley Anderson. In the fourth position is Ariana Murphy. In the fifth position is Becca Van from Twitchell. In the sixth position is Catherine Saladin from Bath. In the 8th position, 7th position is Karina Lee from Australia.
Apple has 40 swimmers.
Let's go ahead and stay with Copy turns out.
And Danielle Hutchinson from Great Britain in the 9th position. And then it starts to punch up. We've got about a pack of 8 there, real tightly bunched together. So the chase pack is really kind of mellowed out, and it looks as though they're just going to be playing it through till a point at which one or several of them decide to make a break. One of those actually right now beat Becca Van, as I say this, trying to move in on the inside a little bit. But generally, not a lot of up-tempo swimming right now with this group. which seems to indicate not that they're necessarily demoralized by Ashley's lead. It's just being strategically, they're looking about how they want to play to finish. And the strategy that is going to take place is obviously very, very interesting, with oftentimes these races being determined by just fractions, tenths and hundredths of a second. Yeah, so we got some really nice glassy conditions on this side of the course right now. Definitely settled down. Rachel Bruni has, once again, she's up the tempo now. And it seems like the pack is able to hold with her. Oh, so this is after that. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah. I'll be off in the distance, we see athletes going right through the feed station. She's getting very, very close. To the 5-lap mark. Okay, as you'd expect, everybody's going to pass through right now. Along with the Americans, Haley Anderson and Becca Mann. They're starting to separate themselves now. And this is where we're going to see a big part of the race come through. We're taking the national team and the international team off of this, so there is still a lot of stage between these roses who may not be that.
So we will stay, everybody will stay to the inside until we finish.
So if the field continues to express that, the hand will express the filter. It's a very perfect performance by Breakaway of Michael across the side. That's the head on that first point where it's difficult to pass in the road. And the next year of those teams, and the team that's the road, There's a bonus for the competition today. You can wrap this up by racing extra business the last couple of laps.
Southwest. Down, along the border.
1, last summer has just passed. Green cap, number 40.
So we're well into this final lap. Quickest lead is 1 minute and 18 seconds for the blue mark out here. So again, continue to open it up. It's strong out there on the horizon from our perspective. Again, you can only imagine what's going through her head. Like I said, that's it. Relief, confidence, excitement. Knowing that she's had a really strong race today, it's great to stay in really nice condition. Of course, this is something very, very important that happens. She looks like she's well on her way to getting one of those spots to go to this summer to represent the United States in the World Championships. And back with the group of 4, that's what we'll call this chase group because it's now into 4. 2 Italians, 2 Americans. So Rudy is leading this pack. Haley Anderson is in the 2nd position. Reedy, the other Italian, in the 3rd position, and Becca Mann in the 4th position. All of them hand to toe, so they're just pulling each other along this back leg, with a short back leg. Conditions have gotten really smooth out here. The chop is gone, it's warm, very, very comfortable.
Back up. There you go. She should be good now. Thank you.
I'll probably get on one. I was on one for the first one.
How was it?
Turn 1.
You like it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
This is turn judge number 2, number 42 in the Green Bay Conference. Past Philly number 2.
That's pretty bland.
ahead and start going forward. Jane, we're going to go.
Okay, sounds good. I know that you're different. I don't know how to get a building.
You're alive and fine.
Up here to being the passenger goes through the finish. But as I look back, I kind of tried to change the out with the before. In the end, it has moved up and back again as long distance. So now we got a bit of a position change out there between the Americans and the Italians. We'll keep putting on now as it goes up. Remember that it's going to be between Haley and Becca for his second position. He's very so we'll want to watch this race very carefully.
Thanks, Mike.
So we're up here right now with our leader, Ashley Twitchell. She's looking really strong. She has for the majority of this race. Clearly, the second half of this race has been all her. She's opened up a longer and longer lead.
35 is out, 35 is out.
But just like Jordan in the men's race, she's not letting up. She's racing like a champ. She's putting everything into it that she's got. She knows that even with this lead, there's still plenty at stake as we move through the summer. As I mentioned early in the race, too, Ashley has been putting up really strong performances in the pool. So we're likely to see her making a very strong push in Indianapolis for that 800 position.
Confirming that Silver 35 exits the course at 3:34.
Copy, great stuff.
yourself up right now. How's your thinking?
What you do, that's okay. You can't go back to the okay. Yeah, Ashley is really holding it together out here. Ashley's perseverance, not only in this race, but over the last... Go ahead. Go ahead.
You may be
Offline.
you dead, Mike?
Go ahead, I might be, I think I'm dead.
If there's an official on the main boat, the main pontoon boat, you can have Thank you for the help. Mike Lewis back on channel 4, are you there?
Affirmative.
You got a radio that's in good working order?
I do now, thanks to my team out here.
A thumbs up, appreciate it. Alright, you're back online in 5 seconds.
So, Sam, watching Ashley's perseverance out here as she rounds the last right-hand buoy and makes her way toward the finish. It's interesting to kind of reflect a little bit on Ashley over the last 7 or 8 years. You know, she has really been here in so many ways and continued to stay with this sport, and has undoubtedly made a mark in several areas. But it's exciting to see her continually finding her strength as she has in this post-Olympic year. I know that it was a disappointment for her not to make the Olympic team last year, but she came into the 2017 year with a lot of enthusiasm and dedication. It was showing in her pools in the swim, or her swims in the pool. It's certainly showing right here, right now, as she continues to give it everything stroke for stroke. She's just not letting up. She's going to close this race in the championship style that she has demonstrated time and time again, which is really exciting and inspiring for all of us to see.
Green cap has
They're
passed.
probably 200 yards away from the feeding station. Yeah, the leader's about 200 yards from the feeding station. Copy.
As the solo men's race, the leader is going to have this one, and this leader is Ashley Twitchell. She's going to take this one. But there is a very exciting race coming up behind us with Pat before, the 2 times, the 2 Americans. Now they're, from this perspective, look to be going almost 4 across. Maybe somebody's dropped back, but remember, it's Haley Anderson and Becca Mann are going to be going right at it. Looks like, if I'm just sort of judging on strokes, it looks like that's Haley Anderson, who right now has a bit of an advantage. So coming past the feeding station, there goes Ashley Twitchell. She's going to be coming around. She's made all her right-hand turn. She's going to make the left-hand turn around this buoy. And in just about 30 seconds, we're going to see Ashley as she makes her way into the final finish route.
As we get ready to welcome our 2017 Open Water National Champion for the women's 10K, Ashley Twitchell. You can see the pontoon boat is now coming within view, and Ashley will be right there behind us. There she is. Ashley Twitchell coming around that final buoy and into the final stretch for home here.
Undoubtedly, this is a great team that she has right now. She's got this race. She sees the finish line. It's right there before. She's making her way in. Exciting to see people who have been cheering.
Copy that. Just trying to make something pretty.
She's come down this side of the course.
Copy that.
There you go. That's right. That's it. I gave her all that. Good vibes. Yeah, I gave her all that good mojo.
You know, these swimmers don't do it alone. They need a good coach. And Ashley's been working a lot with Coach Bill Rose, the Michigan Outdoors. I see him making his way there to the finish. The legendary Coach Bill Rose has done so much for open water swimming.
Ashley now within the final 100 meters. Come on, folks, get on the shore and make some noise or put your hands up. Be ready when Ashley Twitchell hits the board.
She may be doing this all alone, and it may not be the super close finish that we're sometimes used to, but this is an amazing accomplishment, and she deserves everyone's applause as she comes in here. She has owned this race, something that's seldom seen in a 10K. She's owned it since the 5K. She started out strong, she's finishing strong, and unofficially, she is going to make her way into the first position. If everything holds up, she's going to be the first person making the World Championship team, first woman to make the World Championship in the 10K. That's Ashley Twitchell.
Watch that race for second.
Indeed, watch the race for second coming in here as we have the Americans and the Italians side by side teaming up. That's Haley Anderson, closest to the boat in the white cap, and Bruni, the silver medalist, the two silver medalists from the past two Olympics. Anderson from London, Bruni from Rio, coming right at it, putting the legs in there. Who's going to have the best line at this point? It's very, very hard to tell. It looks like it's going to be, it's Anderson and then Bruni.
So it looked to be Haley Anderson unofficially, but we'll wait for those results. You see those folks on the pontoon boat and the follow boats there? Why don't you give them a big round of applause for their efforts. They've been taking care of business all morning and afternoon. Also a big thank you to our commentator on the boat, Mike Lewis. See when it comes out there with us.
Do you want us to go back with some of the stragglers and follow them in?
See you, thank you for the help. Good to see you.
Ref 1 to Ref 4, yes, copy. Go back around, pick up the next group, the next pack.
Another pack of swimmers are making their way in. Some of these ladies will make up the top 10.
That's great. Ref 1, we're going to stay in position.
Copy.
Look at this battle here.
What a battle there. Looked to be like an Australian and the young lady out of Fullerton battling there for that spot. Great racing down the stretch. Once again, a whole group of ladies making their way down the finish chute. Let them hear you. Nice effort out there, ladies. And as the ladies wrap up their swim, we'll invite our top 8 performers from the men's division to make their way to the main tent. Men's award ceremony coming up shortly. Ladies, be careful exiting that dock. The water is shallow out in that area.
Still. All right, shutting on. Thank you.